Hello and welcome to Out of Our Box. I'm Ricky and I'm here with my co-host and very good friend Aaron. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good, thank you, mate. Are you?
Yeah, good man. And today we are jumping in the world of boxing and some announcements that have been made and just some news that will go around it because I think I'm a boxing fan, as I know you are, Aaron, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So if we get straight to it, first, the veterans are coming home. Two of the most dangerous battle-worn legends in the game, Derek Waterzora and Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber. They're set to collide on April the 4th in a final swan song, or is it a ticket
Yeah.
back to the top? Because you never know. Yeah, as I said, it's scheduled to take place on the 4th of April in the O2 Arena. I don't know. What should we go in first? Should we just go predictions straight in?
Yeah, I reckon so. It's kind of hard to predict. I think that the end of the both of their careers have been sort of so up and down. You've got obviously huge wins for both at times, but then other fights you look at them and you think, fuck me, this should have gone on. This should have ended a long time ago. I feel like
Uh,
Deontay Wilder's had more farewell tours than Kiss. It's like I'm done. He's still there.
all right. Uh, Forget the predictions in a minute. Then I've got quite a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, just remembering if I ain't got no nothing with them, but remembering their fights. Who's got the best resume?
Uh, Probably Chisora.
Yeah. I think when you think about Deontay Wilder
Yeah.
and who he thought, the names that come to mind is obviously Fury
Yeah.
and Ortiz.
Yeah. Who was old.
Yeah. Um, obviously the Zhang fight he lost,
Yeah.
but he was a reputable opponent, and
And
the
he was
Parker fight.
winning that fight until he wasn't.
Yeah, well, I think that's one of his things through his career, isn't
Yeah.
it? He's just got that that power, that showstopper.
Yeah, I would say a lot of his fights he was losing them until he wasn't, rather than winning them and
Yeah,
then
definitely the Ortiz fight. I remember that vividly, man, and
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember the knockout as well. That
Oh yeah, I was on holiday in Dominican Republic. I was watching it in the bar in the casino. I was like, what is going on? And then bang,
Yeah, man, that
it's over.
equalizers just got him through his career. But yeah, you're right. I think Chisora has got the better resume out of
Yeah, I
both.
would say a lot of people, the Americans always say that the British tend to handpick their resumes quite well, but I think Deontay Wilder is a perfect example of someone who's fought people at the right times the whole way through his career
Yeah, I mean,
and probably benefited from a slightly weaker heavyweight division, staying away from. Obviously, he fought Fury in the end, but no Joshua matchups. Obviously,
no, exactly. You think both of them have got 50 fights on their name?
yeah,
No, but this will be their 50 fight, both of them.
yeah.
And prior to Ortiz, um, I'm not really up to date with any Deontay Wilder's fights. If you know, I mean, I can't bring like if they're put in front of me, obviously, but just
Yeah,
what comes to mind. I probably know a few names if I actually read it, but what comes to mind, I don't remember anyone.
no. A lot of them were just sort of regional American heavyweights, weren't they? 'Cause Americans still like to believe that they're the center of everything, because usual. So they were like, there's no need. Like, he seemed to think that there was no need for him to come here to fight a Joshua, even though
Yeah,
we've been putting on huge heavyweight fights for decades. Well, especially with Fury and Joshua selling out stadiums.
yeah, definitely. I
Something
know.
that the Americans couldn't do for heavyweight for quite a long time.
I know he did. He started boxing late, didn't he? He didn't have
Yeah,
much of a amateur career.
he
Well, I don't think he had any amateur career.
no, he was a Coca-Cola delivery driver.
Oh yeah,
That was what he did before boxing. I remember, I can't remember. I think he was on Rogan, wasn't he? And then he was going because yeah, he's from Alabama,
yeah,
and he was, yeah, driving around doing
Tuscaloosa.
that. Yeah, and
Yeah,
yeah, he started boxing to earn money for his daughter who's got
that's
some
it. I remember now.
disabilities. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, but Chisora, obviously, as we know, watched him. well, most of his career now. I think all the
Yeah, I would
fights
say
that,
I've probably seen 90% of them.
yeah, the the Dillian White fights stick out.
Yeah,
I think, but give him his due. Derek Waters always a good name because he does always bring it. He never backs out of a fight, and he always he's always going to be exciting when he fights.
yeah, you really don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think probably the only fights you probably knew what was going to happen was the Fury fights because I mean there was no need for a trilogy, but
No.
no, because we all know we all knew it was going to happen and it did. I think if we go into find a winner, I think Chisora's got this.
You think you'll outwork him?
One of the reasons is if you watch the last two Fury fights, if you watch the Zhang fight, and if you watch the Parker fight, I think that first Fury fight when Fury got knocked down and he got up, that last round, I think everyone was shown the blueprint how to beat Deontay Wilder. Just
Yeah, yeah,
go at him. He can't, as much as I'm nothing against, but as much as he's a good fighter, well, he's got that equalizer. Him, when you put the pressure on him, he can't. When he's going
yeah.
backwards, he's
He
just not.
struggles to fight off the back foot.
Yeah, he can't fight off the back foot, and he can't.
And obviously the first Fury fight, especially, was a war, but like he's he's never really struck me as someone who's willing to bite down and really grit and get through stuff. He doesn't love punches coming his way.
No, yeah. Where you look at Chisora and
Yeah, yeah,
he loves to get in the thick of it. Doesn't he?
yeah,
He's walked through lots.
yeah, yeah. He
But
has.
but the good thing about Chisora as well, he's willing like to
Yeah,
be knocked out, so to speak, to walk
he,
through you.
he's willing to take two to land one.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the worst opponents for Wilder.
Yeah, I
But
think a lot depends on what version of Chisora shows up, how committed he's been in the gym, how because I think I could see just both of them being finished before the sixth round, to be honest. But
yeah,
it's probably in Chisora's best interest to try and, if he can, drag it. If he can drag it into sort of 8, 9, 10, I think
you
it
say
weighs a
that.
bit heavier.
You say that, but then the Zhang fight, Zhang never can't go past 5 or 6 rounds, so he had to get him
Yeah,
out early,
true.
and it worked.
Yeah, it
And
did.
yeah, it's. I think if you put it on him and you do catch him, I don't know. I think he will not crumble, so to speak, but
No,
yeah,
he gets he slows down and he looks for the one shot constantly, doesn't he, as the
he
fight goes
does.
longer.
Yeah, but I can't see Chisora's not one to go and box, is he? Like, as in,
No.
stand at the back, use the jab. I mean, if anyone's going to would use the jab, it would be Wilder because his reach is immense. He's taller. His
Yeah.
reach is much more. I think they said it was like 7 inches.
Yeah, yeah, it is massive.
Yeah, so
He's very long, isn't
yeah. So if
he? He
anyone
doesn't fight like it
it's
as
true.
well as he
No,
should.
yeah, it's true. But yeah,
Not like someone like a Klitschko, like that would just completely dominate using the reach.
yeah. I picked my winner of the fight. What about you?
Yeah, I think I would favour Chisora, especially being at home as well. You obviously want to go out on a high, and there's probably no better way that you're going to get it at this point in his career than going out there and knocking out Deontay
Yeah.
Wilder.
And do you think if Chisora does knock out Deontay Wilder, it will be his last fight?
Depends what the checkbook say.
Yes, this is true. I mean, you knock him out, and I mean, there's will be some big fights out there for him if he knocks out Deontay Wilder, won't there? There'll be bigger fights than the past.
I mean, he'd probably get offered the loser of the Wardley Dubai fight. I would have
Possibly,
thought.
yeah. But no, it's good to think. But I
Yeah,
think from the interviews, he looks well. He's saying he's adamant that
that's the last one. Yeah.
he's retiring. Talking about retirement, um, as we get on to the next fight, we shall discuss. It is the return of the Gypsy King himself, Tyson Fury, is back from retirement
Yeah.
to
Another
face.
one who's had more farewell tours than Motley Crue.
Yeah, and he's going to face Arsenal back Makhmudov, a
Yeah.
so-called tune-up fight. Could it be a potential banana skin?
I mean, judging by, I wouldn't say Fury's looked anywhere near his best for probably the last sort of 5 years or so, really.
He hasn't. Obviously, it's on April the 11th. It's going to be at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I think being at Tottenham has to be a good undercard. I think I've seen one fight on the undercard that they're announced already. Off the top of my head, I can't remember, but it's quite decent. But anyway, yeah, it should be a good undercard being at a 60,000 seat stadium. But it is
Yeah,
sort of Fury, and I know he's a reality TV star now and all
yeah,
sorts
he's
of
got a
people.
loyal following of people. Makhmurov's probably feeling pretty confident because away teams do pretty well at Spurs Stadium.
This is true. This is true. I mean, Fury's resume sort of speaks for itself, I suppose. I suppose he ain't got the best resume in the heavyweight
No,
division. You know what I
there's
mean?
obviously one glaring
Yeah.
omission in
Yeah.
there.
Yes, massive. Obviously, Makhmudov he was touted to be one of the next best things until he fought
Oh,
Caballo.
what was he?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Caballo.
it.
So his name escaped me for a minute then. And then he sort of showed him how to beat him to the body. And then,
Yeah.
I mean, his last win against Dave Allen was all right, but I don't think Dave Allen was at his best. And Dave Allen's Dave Allen. As much as I love him as a boxer, yeah, I mean, you can't not like Dave Allen, man. But
No,
it is. But I personally think, my opinion, I think Fury is going to wipe the floor with him.
he should
I'll be
do.
honest. Yeah.
Otherwise, he's going to have to have some big questions to be asked about whether it's worth doing this. Obviously, the money's always going to be worth it, but he's always seemed to be. He's never seemed to want the Joshua fight as much as he seems to say he does, because
Oh
otherwise
yeah.
it would have been done by now. And then I think if he goes out there and has a lackluster performance, I can't see them agreeing to it because him already losing the Usyk fights is obviously stained what could have been an undefeated career,
Yeah.
and then losing to Usyk's no joke. Obviously, probably one of the
No.
greatest heavyweights of all time.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot was riding on this. Like if you look back even before the Usyk fight, with his fight with Francis um in boxing, made that look like seriously hard work compared to what Joshua did. And
Yeah.
then for someone who's not even a professional boxer.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, as I said, Makhmudov. I don't know they call it a tune-up fight. I don't like calling anything a
Yeah,
tune-up fight because it seems a bit disrespectful. It
I
does,
bet they're
but
not selling tickets like it's a tune-up
no,
fight.
I bet they're not. Yeah, but yeah, I'm sure they're not. But yeah, I think Fury walks through him.
Yeah, I think
I don't think Makhmudov's on the world level at all. Well, no, he's okay. That's not. That's not I mean,
yeah,
he beat Dave Allen. What's Dave Allen? Dave Allen's he hasn't won. He hasn't even won a British level belt. As I said, as
no,
much. I know it's harsh to say as much as I like him, but it's not.
yeah.
But
There is he's a clear few levels below Fury. I do like Dave Allen as a pundit though. He's very honest, and I
yeah, I
think he's
like it.
great on TV.
Yeah, I like his. Yeah, I like him as a pundit. I like his videos. He's honest when he's
Yeah,
reviewing stuff. Yeah, I like his honesty and everything. And I like. I think it transcends into him being a fighter as well. I think he's an honest fighter as well.
yeah. It
And
makes
he's
people
honest.
like him.
Yeah, and he's honest about his ability, which is good.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dave Allen, that'll be for another show.
yeah,
It's not just about the future. The past is halting the present.
yeah.
We're breaking down some of Deontay Wilder's cheat allegations against Fury. Is there proof? Or is the bronze bomber just living in a documentary of his own making? Yes, this is a strange one. Deontay Wilder has made several allegations against Tyson Fury over the years, primarily claiming that Fury cheated in two of their three heavyweight fights. He called Fury the biggest cheater in boxing history and suggested he has all the proof and the evidence and artifacts that will be revealed in his upcoming documentary. I mean, do you have to bring a documentary out to prove someone cheats, or could you just, if you got the
No.
evidence, can you just put it out there?
For being claimed as the biggest cheat in boxing history, when someone like was Antonio Margarito got caught like plaster wrapping his wraps, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like he actually got caught by the boxing board. It's like surely he's a bigger cheat scene as he got caught.
Yeah.
Obviously, all of what Jarrell Miller's been busted for drugs,
Blimey,
God knows how
drugs.
many
Yeah,
times.
many times. Yeah, that's why he's lost his head. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a big claim, the biggest cheater in boxing history. Shall we go through some of the allegations?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. So the first allegation I have is the glove tampering
Yeah,
or loaded or altered gloves. Wilder accused Fury of tampering with his gloves, such as removing padding to make them floppy or hard hitting, or positioning his hand improperly inside the gloves.
yeah.
Um, this was a major claim around the 2020 rematch. Let's go for that one a minute. Placing your hand
If
improperly inside a glove, can that give you any benefit?
I, I guess the claim is that, well, and the way it looks in the video, it looks like his hand isn't fully into the sort of seat of the glove. So it looks like the glove sort of bending across the top of his knuckles before the actual pad there. So that's the claim, but this is checked numerous times before they go in there.
Nice.
So a member of his team watches him get the gloves put on while like standing there anyway. So surely they would have noticed it then.
Yeah.
They're taped up, signed by the commission. So they can't alter it afterwards. You wouldn't have thought unless they've got some sort of magician.
But
But you can see it giving an advantage of your being able to hit without the most of the padding over
most of
the
the padding
knuckle.
over there. Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
agree. I understand that. I get it now. I think everyone from by now, if they enjoy boxing, has seen the video of
yeah,
the alleged incident with the gloves, and it is weird. It is a strange video. I mean, these gloves do, as you said,
yeah.
they
It looks
do.
like they do flex in a weird way, don't they?
Yeah, but
But I would have thought that that would have definitely been found. That's the main thing they're looking for while you're getting your hands wrapped and getting them put into the gloves, aren't
oh, absolutely, yeah.
they? Put
Um,
like even the ref before pulls on them to see.
yeah, you get the other person's team come into your dressing room,
Yeah,
watch you put your gloves on, and watch you get your hands wrapped. Um, so yes, I'm not too sure about that. If I'm honest, I don't know.
no,
Another allegation was spiked water or poisoning. Wilder claimed his water was spiked before the fight, no, before or during one of the fights,
yeah.
likely again in the rematch in 2020, and it he claimed it weakened him. I mean, I,
That seems like a long shot to me.
I mean, if it's probably water spiking's probably more plausible than the gloves.
Yeah,
If you look at it that way, if you look at
but
it,
if you thought it happened once, why wouldn't you be checking it the second time?
this is true.
So he's like, "Oh yeah, this has happened again." It's like, how do you let this happen?
Yeah. Uh, yeah, what I mean, what could you put in your water to spite you or what, like, I don't know, relaxers or
Yeah, I guess so.
whatever. They,
Put a
I
couple
mean,
of
during the fight,
edibles in there.
yeah, does
Yeah,
it take effect that quickly for you to be put it during the fight?
yeah, it would have to be something pretty. I guess you could put some sleeping tablets in there. But how are they getting someone over to his corner during the fight? No
Yeah.
one's noticed him. Just
But was this the
has he
fight?
thrown him from the other car across the ring?
Yeah. I believe the 2020 rematch was the fight that he busted his ear. Remember, his
Yeah,
ear was bleeding, like, and his equilibrium went off. I mean, that's going to affect anybody. Yeah,
100%.
doing
Yeah.
that, and that it will weaken you, so to speak. You're yeah, you won't really know. Well, you know where you are, but everything's off.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a bigger, that's plausibly bigger than spiking.
And how hard Fury was hitting him.
Yeah. Yeah, he weren't moving much, was he? He was
No,
just
no,
getting whacked.
he was getting pasted in that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, not sure about that one either. But the next allegation is from his first fight that Wilder accused referee Jack Reese of favouritism towards Fury, particularly the long count after Fury was knocked down in round 12. Yeah. I mean, if you watch it,
It is a long count.
if there's one allegation that I'd
Yeah,
say, yeah, bang on, it is that because it is a long count.
yeah. But the rules are as well. It's a count of 10. It's not a 12-second count. It's not.
Yes.
But it was more like 15.
Yeah, it was a long count. It
Yeah,
was. It's like the fight with Daniel Debar
yeah,
and Lorena. If you watch that fight, Daniel Debar was all over the place, and they stopped the fight 10 seconds early.
yeah.
Because Daniel Debar's on his way out, 10 seconds more, and he's gone. So I'm sure because the skullduggery does happen in boxing,
Oh, 100%.
and it is.
Looking at some of the scorecards that get thrown out there.
And it was Fury under Frank Warren then as well.
Yeah.
So's DeMar. Fucking Frank Warren. So
Yeah. The dark arts.
seeing the dark arts of boxing. But if there's one accusation out of all of them, that's plausible because it was a long count. And
Yeah.
that's one I would give to him. But if it wasn't a long count, you wouldn't have got Fury getting up like the bloody Undertaker.
No.
That point in boxing.
And then even back in the like stuff like that's been going on for ages, the opposite way it was Hatton against Mayweather, the referee just allowed no clinching whatsoever, did he?
Yeah.
Which is like what is a huge part of Ricky Hatton's game.
Yeah.
And it's all down to the people doing every ref's different.
Yeah.
So
But,
but yeah, I do believe that that's got the most basis in it.
yeah, that's
I'd be the
definitely.
most aggrieved with that one.
Definitely. I don't know of any more things he's said and come out with.
No, I'm looking
I,
forward to this documentary to find out some
yeah.
more. I'm
So,
surprised there's no gypsy curtsies in there.
yeah. In fact, oh no, sorry. One of the things I do remember, one of the things was his suit.
Yeah, it was too heavy,
He
wasn't
blamed the suit, but how was that?
it?
How was that? What did Fury put more weight on the suit?
Yeah,
How's that,
that was only it was lighting up, dressed like Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, isn't
how's that Fury's fault?
it? Yeah, surely you should have checked that.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, looking forward to the documentary and seeing what comes out. And our final topic is the landscape of boxing is shifting beneath our feet. Zuffa Boxing has arrived, and Dana White is promising to rock the industry. Is it a saviour the boxing needs, or a corporate takeover we all should fear?
Hmm.
Um, as we know, Zuffa Boxing is a professional boxing promotion company founded by a CEO of the Ultimate Fighting Championships, Dana White, the chairman of the Saudi General Entertainment Authority, Turkey Al Sheikh. Dana stated the goal is to fix the sport by essentially treating it like the UFC, imposing a centralized league structure. Yeah, not sure that works in boxing.
No, it's
Um,
completely against what boxing's been doing for 200 years.
it is. Um, as as he said, it's a one belt, one champion. He stated that he will not recognise the traditional sanctioning bodies, WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO. Instead, Zuffa Boxing will crown its own champions and have its own ranking systems. I don't think that anyone can come in the landscape of boxing right now and change it so dramatically. It's going to have to be incorporated somehow. And if he wants, if like he will just be another promoter within the sport.
Yeah, it's obviously him trying to take the UFC model and pass it on to boxing, which does like the UFC basically treats all other MMA organizations essentially like they don't exist. Like to MMA, Dana and the UFC and their owners, TKO also in the WWE. they consider that all the UFC belts to be the pinnacle belts, which they are the largest company. They've been doing it for quite a long time.
Yep.
But it's a lot different in boxing. The UFC sort of were there, and not quite the formation of MMA, but pretty close to the beginning of it. So they've got more heritage and stuff like that. But trying to start your own league in boxing where these belts have been around for hundreds of years,
Yeah.
it doesn't really work like that. And then just say you can't just come into the sport and be like, look, we don't recognize. It's like they if they did the exact same thing to you, you've got nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So Zuffa Boxing will act as the promoter manager and the sanctioning body.
Yeah,
This allows them to force the best to fight the best without the usual negotiation stalemates between rival promoters. And
yeah,
Zuffa Boxing signed an exclusive multi-year deal with Paramount Plus to air a full slate of events. He has expressed the desire to trim the current 17 weight divisions down to a more manageable number to create more clarity for fans. I know, I understand the best fighting the best works, but am I right? You know much more about the UFC model than me. Am I right that UFC fighters sign a deal like 3 fights?
yeah. Well, they're signed exclusively with the UFC. They're not allowed to fight for anyone else when they sign a contract. And then that model, they're claiming that the best fight the best. That generally did happen for a long time, but since I would say in the last 10 years, it's not always been the case of them being able to get the best people to fight the best. Look, John Jones and Garnu never fought potentially the biggest heavyweight fight of all time. They couldn't manage to get a deal done. Francis ends up sitting out for a year to get out of his contract, and then leaves to go box Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. So at one point, it probably was it was a model that you could guarantee that the best would always fight the best. But the way their contracts work as well, it gives them ultimate leverage over money. There's no You can't compete again. There's a non-compete clause, so you can't say the UFC have offered me this, I'm fucking off over there.
No.
You're completely locked in.
And I mean, it, the longevity of it, as in boxer wise, you'd have to get start from right at the bottom, young ages, because I think boxers now, I mean, they signed Jaya Pataya, for
Yeah,
instance. I mean,
he was a big name.
it's big name, late 20s, I believe, like 28,
Yeah,
29. He would have grown up, yeah, wanting to win the WBA, WBO, the green belt. He would want to win. Well, he
yeah,
would be have all, and for them to sign him and then just say no, it's just a Zuffa belt now. I mean, I think these fighters would want to win these sanctioning body belts. They just don't want to win the Zuffa belt. So I think it's going to be hard for them to sign fighters unless they just throw shitloads of money at it.
yeah, and which is typically not their model because even now, like, there's big talents coming out of Japan and fighting in the PFL and stuff who their contracts run out, and you all back in the day it would automatically they're going to the UFC because that's the biggest name, but they don't pay crazy money. It's always been their star, and it's one of the reasons why the model doesn't really work for boxing because being able to choose your promoter and fight who you want gave you the ultimate amount of earnings.
Well, the if you are earning just a set amount as well, and obviously in boxing, boxers get part of the pay-per-view, they get part of
Yeah,
this, and it brings the life to press conferences, it brings life to everything, the build up before, doesn't it? Because they want to sell the fight to get more people. If you've got to think, is that press conference way, if you're just getting paid a flat rate, just so to speak, are you
yeah.
going to put yourself out there in conferences? Are you going to sell the fight, so to speak?
Yeah, and then the UFC itself has moved away from pay-per-view model now since they signed their new deal started with CBS moving from ESPN, which was I think was a 5-year deal. Now they've signed an 8-year deal with CBS Paramount to be on Paramount Plus, no pay-per-view, and I think they're only 3 events in now, and they have having adverts during walkouts and like missing out
Uh,
conversations during in between rounds. And some fans are saying, "Well, we've gone from this to that. This it's not £90, $90 to buy the fight, but we're missing out on what we did."
yeah.
So
the corporate side of it, as
Yeah.
it were. The
And Dana's response was, "It's $8.99. Everyone needs to make money." It's like, okay, cool. Your money doesn't change either way, so you don't give a
yeah,
shit.
you don't give a shit. Yeah,
But that's been one of my biggest complaints with the UFC model for a while. That since they signed the ESPN deal, there's fights on every weekend, and it's diluted the product. Whereas the UFC used to be known as the best of the best. Now they need to fill 45 cards a year, full of people who would just be fighting on a regional scene for much longer than they were.
I understand. Yeah,
Yeah, so in a way, it's quantity over quality by far, and that's how I could definitely see the Zuffa Boxing model going.
yeah. I mean, some of like it sounds good. A lot of, like some of it, a lot of it sounds good. I mean, the best fight, the best. I think that's why Jaya Pataya went over to Zuffa in the first place because the promoters, like Matchroom that he was under, wasn't.
Yeah,
He wanted to become undisputed champion, and he could have in um, the cruiserweight, but the other champions didn't want to fight him, and they were
yeah,
taking on mandatories that were
just to keep away from it.
just to keep away from him, yeah, and or voluntaries just to keep away from him as well, and it is frustrating. So that thing of the best fight and the best, if you're made to fight each other, it's good. It sounds good in like in practicality, but whether it works,
Yeah,
and
you can only fight the best if they're signed to Zuffa as well.
this is true as well. Yeah. So if if there's time for as well, and I'll sort of like the weight divisions, like cutting it down a bit because I think
Yeah,
sometimes in boxing there is like you would want boxers to fight other boxers, but they're in different weight classes that are like £4.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And it's just like, fair. I know it's the weight classes are there for a reason, but
yeah,
yeah, like yeah, some of them are just I'd like them to fight each other. Like there'll
yeah.
be one weight class for and a bigger size over it,
Yeah,
less
in the
less weight.
UFC and MMA, it's generally 10 to 15 pounds.
Well, exactly, yeah. So see, that's
Mm.
good, and I think that's a good weight limit
Yeah,
to have in boxing weights. It is. Um, yeah. So, but I'm not too sure. Unless it goes with the sanctioning bodies and incorporates itself, Zuffa, I can't see it being one of the main players.
no. Something would have to change quite dramatically. I feel like they need a huge signing to sort of rock the boat a bit. Something
Yeah.
like
Well,
someone say if like Terence Crawford retires and signs for
we did there are only rumours that obviously Usyk's got a fight, and obviously he left all these promotional
yeah,
bodies, didn't he? And he's so to speak a free agent at the minute.
yeah.
It was I didn't hear a rumor, but
But
I
then it's like
mean
yeah, Usyk signs for them. Who does he fight? It's just some
this is what I mean. The only way they could do it
bin
is
man.
work with the other sanctioning bodies. You can't come into boxing and be your own little. It's never going to work.
No, you
Yeah,
haven't got the talent pool to be able to pull something like that off.
I mean, I know Turkey Al Sheikh has thrown money at lots of things, but I think this is one of the reasons that he stepped off and started doing something like this because it. Yes, he threw money at lots of things, but it's not viable, is it? Just keep on piling,
It's
even though they got
unsustainable.
yeah, even though they got a Saudi's got a very, very deep pockets.
Yeah,
um, but yeah, I don't know. It has to. I think it will become just like another promotion company, and it'll be Zuffa, Matchroom, Queensbury,
yeah,
Boxer. Even though Boxer's like fucking
yeah,
oh, nearly gone now.
yeah. That's definitely on its last legs.
Yeah, I mean, I know they signed a deal with the BBC, but yeah, yeah, I think it will just become another promotion company, promotional company.
Yeah. Well, it's so early on as well. So I think they're only two, three cards in.
It's two and
They're on
three.
s-
Yeah, it's
so
two and
they're on
three.
Sunday nights as well, which is kind of a good night to be on,
Yeah,
but not great for us in the UK. But
no shit.
it's good.
Yeah,
But it's a great night for just having fights on a Sunday night. Like, staying out of everyone's way while you're building, which is kind of one of the things that the UFC was good for. They were really good at planning around sports and stuff like that to get the most eyes on it, which I'm assuming is why they're like, oh fuck it, we'll put it on a Sunday. People sitting at home, got nothing to do
Hmm.
just before you go to bed or whatever,
But
just whack it on. Yeah.
yeah, I'd love to watch boxing, like live boxing on Sunday night. It'd be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think the issue is that Zuffa exists and it's a boxing. And I think the issue of it is they've walked into it, fucking just gone right. This is what
Yeah.
we're gonna do. We're gonna change the whole thing. And boxing's not really broken anyway, is it? I wouldn't say
No.
it's broken. I mean, I know for years the promotional companies were a bit annoying because they had fighters and they didn't match make
Yeah.
as well as they could do. Fighters did like not face each other when they should.
That's where the Saudi money helped, wasn't it? So for
It
the
was,
last sort of 10 years or so, they've been throwing money at everything to get the deals done.
yeah, yeah. So I think that in that respect, it needs fixing,
Yeah.
so to speak. But in other ways, I don't think it does because don't get me wrong. I don't like sanctioning bodies myself. I think
Yeah.
them fucking. I think they do nothing for
Putting
the
in
game.
mandatory challenges for titles when you could have super fights is one of the biggest annoyances, obviously.
Yeah, it is. I think like Crawford, for example, becoming undisputed, and then they want like 3%
Horse.
each belt or whatever it was. I mean, that's I know I definitely know one's 3%. I don't know if all of them are the same. I don't know if different percentages you have to give to them. But
Yeah.
but yeah, so like Usyk, for example, would become undisputed, and you have to give like,
He
a
gave
big
up the belt
chunk.
straight away, didn't
Yeah, yeah, a big chunk to
he?
whoever, for people that they don't really do anything. But
Yeah.
for a boxer to win them belts,
It's the prestige, not.
it's the prestige. They've got the history on their side.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes, that was a little boxing chat, and we'll if there's any more um boxing going on or any more announced, we'll crack on with it because we both like boxing. I think there's lots of people out there that like boxing and I like hearing them talking about it. It's good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Cool.
Always ready.
Yeah, mate. Um, until next time.
Sweet. See you soon.
See you later.